High school football is back on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. Tonight from Yorktown, Indiana, the 2017 season opener as the Anderson Indians take on the Yorktown Tigers. Good evening and hi again, everyone. Brian Beaver along with you again as we set sail on another school year of Delaware County High School sports. Between now and next June, we will run the gamut. This fall, you'll be hearing a lot of football and hearing a lot of volleyball and seeing some of both as well by the time we're all said and done. It is a beautiful summer night to open the football season. Typical mid-August weather. Gorgeous in Yorktown tonight with a nearly clear sky. It's muggy. It's about 80 degrees at game time. Both teams are still in the locker rooms. We're about 10 minutes away from the opening kickoff in tonight's game. This is a rematch of last year's season opener, a shootout of sorts. Yorktown beat Anderson 35-33 last year in the opening game. That was the most points Yorktown scored in a game all season long in 2016 for Mike Wilhelm's ball club. So we'll see whether they can pile 30 plus on the scoreboard here tonight at Tiger Field. You look at the Anderson Indians, just 2 wins a year ago for Robert Brown, who's now in his 4th year overall. Their last winning season was in 2011 when they went 6-4. They have not won a sectional title. You look at Mike Wilhelm's track record at Yorktown, pretty good, 68-64 overall. Last winning season, 2014, when they had a sparkling 11-2 on the board. They've won 4 sectionals, including 2 in his tenure in 2008 and 2014, and they had those 2 great back-to-back seasons in the Chandler Carroll, Riley Neal years here at Yorktown High School when they won over 20 games combined in back-to-back seasons and won that sectional in 14. You will hear the name Neal tonight, but it won't be Riley we'll be talking about. We'll be talking about his little brother Reed, who will start tonight at quarterback for Yorktown. You hear the crowd come to life outside the press box here as the Tigers come out and take the field for the first time tonight. Anderson will do so shortly. This is a game involving a 5A in Anderson and a 4A in Yorktown, so they won't have any tournament rematches on the horizon, but certainly a winnable game for Yorktown, and hopefully they'll put up several touchdowns tonight and get the season started on the right track. Mike Wilhelm's a really good guy and a good football coach, and he's out there on the sideline about to put his headset on. We're not too far away from the start of action tonight. It's going to be interesting to see how much of the offense Coach Wilhelm turns over to his sophomore quarterback. How much does Reed Neal have in his playbook that he feels comfortable with? How much not? Or will he just open it wide open and say, go get him and let's see what you can do in his sophomore opener? He's not quite as big as Riley. Reed's 6'1" and 161 on the program. Riley was 6'5" and 200 plus in his high school days. He's, of course, now the starting quarterback just down the road at Ball State University. So it'll be interesting to see how little brother does running the Yorktown Tigers in the season opener tonight here in Delaware County. Other games around the area tonight, Centerville is at Delta. Muncie Central is on the road. They are at Pendleton Heights. And as for Westdell, they also are on the road. They'll open their season in Madison County and Alexandria. We'll take a break. Be back with more football after this on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. Don't go away.
Honey, is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Ah, let me see here. English, good. History, excellent. History, oh, I love history. Baseball. Wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in a classroom, like accountability and self-discipline, the value of teamwork. I may not be earning a grade, but I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, of course it is. Just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why they're called education-based athletics.
High school sports. There's so much more than just a game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. There's still a place. Still a place where performance is enhanced by extra effort, not by performance-enhancing drugs. There's still a place where contracts are between coaches and players. The terms are non-negotiable. There's still a place where an edge is something you gain by working harder than your opponent. There's still a place where sport is pure. That place is the high school in your community. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we believe that and be fierce. It doesn't change the fact that it's only a game. The goal may be to win, but the point is to have fun. And if you want to be reminded of just how great sports can be when they're played the right way, then the place to be is at a high school sporting event in your community. High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message made possible by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
Welcome back to Tiger Field in Yorktown. Brian Beaver along with you tonight as we open the high school football season in 2017. Hard to believe it's 2017. I looked at a roster the other day and I saw a class of 20 and I thought, what? Class of 20? But yeah, time flies. You get old and the kids just keep getting younger as you go along and get older. So we're about set for action. Yorktown is on the field. They were there for the anthem. Here they come on the field. Yorktown will wear their home uniforms tonight. Those are green jerseys with white lettering and black trim, green helmets with the white Yorktown bold Y on the side, white pants with green accents. Here comes Anderson on the field. They'll be the home green pants wearing Anderson, the road jersey with white. They have green lettering with red trim and green helmets. So a lot of green in this game tonight. And we'll see how this one pans out. Robert Brown told me before the game he has a couple kids banged up, including a couple who got hurt in the controlled scrimmage last Friday night against Hamilton Heights. And Yorktown appears to be pretty doggone healthy to start 2017. That's always a good kind of problem to have. The officials will come to midfield shortly, and they'll bring the captains out for the reenactment of the coin toss. And then we'll get this one underway on a beautiful, sparkling summer night. This is the one season in outdoor sports in Indiana where you begin in summer and end darn near winter at Thanksgiving in the state finals down at Lucas Oil Stadium. And baseball and softball are the opposite in the spring. You start when it feels like winter and you finish in the dead heat of summer, but good kind of problem to have. There is a nice breeze here tonight here at Yorktown. It's blowing in from the west to the east, and in this field, if you're not familiar with it, is laid out west to east. So the west end zone to my right will have the flag blowing in, and teams going left to right will be fighting into the wind. Teams going right to left for the east end zone will have the wind to their backs. Captains are at midfield with the officials. Anderson will shake hands with Yorktown, the captains, and get their final instructions from the officials, and we're about to get underway. Anderson has won the coin toss, and the Indians have elected to take the football. So Yorktown will open 2017 on defense, and Anderson will try to get untracked and light up the scoreboard right away here in the season opener. Good to have you along. Glad to have you aboard. Season of high school football. You Yorktown volleyball fans have plenty to cheer about already this fall. The Tigers are off to a 2-0 start. They'll play a couple matches on the road tomorrow. Stiff test with Avon in those matches tomorrow. We'll see Stephanie Bloom's girls respond to that early season challenge, but they've looked good so far in sweeps of Westfield, Central. Teams are now set. Anderson has the receiving team on the field. Yorktown's kick team goes out there. Mandel Hunt will be the deepest of three receiving men for Anderson. He'll stand at about the Anderson 15-yard line. Fans come to their feet. They're ready to go. Yorktown will boot it away. Jared Harris, number 80, has it teed up right in the middle of the field on the X at the 40-yard line. Anderson will move left to right as you envision it, and Yorktown will be set to boot it here shortly. Harris is back, ready for his approach. He'll kick it soccer style, right-footed. Here he comes toward the ball. The boot underway. It's low down the middle of the field. Hits a short man at the 20. He'll pick it up at the 21. Take it left side, now straight up the field, nowhere to go. Short return that time for Keyshawn Lemon, and it's 1st and 10 Indians. Anderson will start right on top of their own 25-yard line on the right hash. That's the near hash.
25-yard line, 1st and 10.
Aaron Armstrong, the quarterback. Elijah Merida and Keanis Woods will have plenty of carries tonight. Receivers are Keyshawn Lemon, Jovian Poor, Octavius Anderson. We'll catch you up to the Yorktown defenders in just a moment. So we're set for that first snap. Armstrong, the quarterback, with Merida right next to him in the shotgun. Claps his hands, takes the snap. He'll hand it here, sweep right. That's Merida. Not much room, but he spins his way out across the 30 to around the 32-yard line. Applegate was in on the stop for Yorktown. Defensively for the Tigers, Holden Parsons, Caleb Howell, and Colton Yarger up front. Clay Stinson, Britton Wheat, Brady O'Brien, Quinn Falkwer are the linebackers. Your DBs are Christian Hunt, Tyler Rittenhouse, Brant Applegate, and Jordan Spangler. Gain of 7 on the carry that time for Merida. It's 2nd and 3. Still in the gun, Armstrong waits for it. They sweep it left side. Running room on the corner. He's got just enough. Ball pops free. Yorktown says they've got it. The officials signal Yorktown ball. Keanis Woods fumbled the ball. Wow. Big play early in this one for Yorktown. Rittenhouse with credit for the recovery. And it's 1st and 10 Yorktown. They're in good shape. They'll snap for the first time from the 32. Neal will give it straight ahead. That's Spangler, and he has a nice push all the way to the 26-yard line. So they'll give him a gain of 8, 34-yard line for the original line of scrimmage. 2nd and short for Yorktown. We'll see if they put it in the air. Spangler, the leading rusher a year ago. This time, they'll give it to Wheat, right side. There's a flag comes flying in after a 1-yard gain, and it looks like it could be a hold. It's right in the middle of the line of scrimmage. We'll wait for the signal. Wheat's carry was short of the first down. The referee picks up the flag and waves it. That means they'll wipe it off, no penalty, and it's going to be 3rd and 2. No gain for Wheat. 3rd and 2 Tigers. The 26-yard line of Anderson, ball on the far hash. That's the right side. From the gun, Neal, hands straight ahead, and this time the Anderson defense is up to the task. They pushed the runner back a couple of yards. That was Spangler, and he lost 2. It'll be 4th down. We'll see if the Tigers decide to do anything in terms of field goal attempt. Nope, they're not going to. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Twin wideouts here on the near side. Applegate with Hunt in the slot. Running backs on either side of Reed Neal. He now backs out, looks to the sideline. Play clock winding down. Now at 10. Neal resets his backfield and takes the snap. He'll roll this way. Has time. Looks to throw. Pumps. Now he's in trouble. Runs it upfield. He's hit short of the stick, and Anderson has held. The keeper by Neal goes back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So the Indians of Anderson survived the early turnover, and they'll have it on their second series, 1st and 10. Tigers couldn't get much going after that first play from scrimmage, and in a scoreless game, Anderson will start 1st and 10 at the Indians' 28-yard line. 9:32 to go, first quarter. Each team has had the ball once. Yorktown could not cash in the costly fumble by Anderson. Now the Indians back to work with Armstrong, rolling right near the sideline, reverses, spins left, has time, runs for his life. He's in trouble. He better get rid of it. Now he throws it out of bounds in a nick of time, and a flag goes flying near the sideline across the way, and we'll see if they call grounding, and I think that's what they're going to do. Armstrong is pointing and pleading his case, but the official redirected the flag back near the 15, and that's about where he threw the ball. Good pass rush that time by Yorktown. They flushed him and sent him all the way across the field from one sideline to the other. Wait on the signal here. Should be grounding, in my humble opinion. Let's wait and see on the signal. Yep, intentional grounding against Anderson. They lose it down. They lose 5 yards back to the 16. First penalty of the game against either team. So make it 2nd and forever. By the time you roll back to where the penalty occurred, they'll spot the ball at the 11. 2nd and basically 25 or so. Deep in their own territory, drop play straight ahead and not much running at all for Merida. He takes it out to about the 15. That'll bring up 3rd down. Ball will sit right on the 15-yard line. 3rd and 24. Closer to 25. Armstrong looking at his wristband. 2 wideouts, 1 on either side. Play clock down to 9. Indians all looking at their wristbands, trying to figure out what they're doing, and they better hurry with the clock down to 2. Here's the snap. They didn't get it off in time. Welcome to high school football in 2017. That's going to be a delay of game penalty against Anderson, and they don't have much room to move. They'll back them up 5 yards to the 9-yard line. 2nd penalty on this series, and that's a big one. 18 yards on that first penalty, 5 more on the second one. They've backed up for 23 yards, and now they're pinned very deep. 3rd down at their own 10, 8.5 minutes to go first quarter. They need the 38-yard line to convert. One man standing next to Armstrong. He does a great job collecting a high snap. Deep ball down the near sideline. It's intercepted at the 40-yard line. Brant Applegate picks off the pass, and Yorktown holds again. Second turnover here in the first 4 minutes by Anderson. Well, that's not what you need if you're Robert Brown. It's exactly what you want if you're Mike Wilhelm. 1st and 10 Tigers. They'll start this series also in Anderson territory at the Indian 40. Neal, plenty of time, throws near side through the hands of Applegate, incomplete. Good coverage that time by the Anderson defensive backfield. We'll set the offense for you momentarily here for Yorktown on 2nd and 10. Scoreless game, 8:25 to go first quarter. Neal takes the low snap, and now a whistle, and the flag flies. A dead ball flag. Third flag of the night. Here's the signal. Illegal procedure against Yorktown.
Illegal procedure on Yorktown.
That'll cost them 5. So the Tigers will back up to the 45-yard line. So make it 1st and 15. Reed Neal, the quarterback. Jordan Spangler and Britton Wheat are the running backs. Christian Hunt, Jared Harris, and Brant Applegate, the receivers. Neal takes a step, runs straight up the field, near first down yardage to around the 32-yard line. 13-yard pickup on the keeper by Reed Neal. Just took one jab step back, took off straight between the guards. Nice piece of running. Now it's convertible on 3rd and 2 at the Anderson 32-yard line. Neal gives straight ahead. Spangler off tackle. He's got enough for the first down as he takes it inside the 30 to around the 27. Give him 5 yards and a first down for Yorktown. 3 carries, 11 yards unofficially so far. Spangler. It's the first down in the game by either team, and Yorktown is in business deep in Anderson territory. Man in motion far side is Hunt. Fake up the middle. Reed will run it left side. He takes a pounding crossing the 25 to around the 23. That'll be a gain of about 4 yards. 2nd down and 6. 3 carries, 17 yards unofficially so far for Reed Neal. You could call that the Reed option, I guess, R-E-I-D. Does a nice job, though. He did exactly what he was supposed to do that time. One back next to him. Neal takes the snap. Flushed. Here comes the blitz. Screen. Beautiful. Applegate's got it. Inside the 15. Inside the 10. Heading for the corner. Did he get to the pylon? Just. Yes, he did. Thought they were going to mark him short, but they give him a touchdown. Brant Applegate. 23 yards on the scoring toss from Reed Neal, and it's 6-0 Yorktown. Beautiful throw, exactly the right call. They threw the screen over a blitz, and it went right to the right corner of the end zone for the 6. On to try the PAT now is Brant Applegate. Hunt is his holder. Let's see if Brant can get all 7 points here. Mr. Greedy. There's the snap. They fake it. He's going to run and throw right. It's incomplete. The left-hand toss to the corner of the end zone, incomplete. Pass was intended for Austin Hill. It's no good, but Yorktown has broken the ice. 6:50 to go, first quarter. It's Yorktown 6, Anderson nothing on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. Don't go away.
There's still a place where performance is enhanced by extra effort, enhancing drugs. There's still a place where contracts are between coaches and players. Terms are non-negotiable. There's still a place where an edge is something you gain by working harder than your opponent. There's still a place where sport is pure. That place is the high school in your community. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we believe that while competition can be fierce, it doesn't change the fact that it's only a game. The goal may be to win, but the point is to have fun. And if you want to be reminded of just how great sports can be when they're played the right way, then the place to be is at a high school sporting event in your community. High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message made possible by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
Welcome back to Yorktown. The Tigers have struck first, 6-0 Yorktown as they get a touchdown pass from Reed Neal to Brant Applegate. They went for 2 on the fake on the PAT, didn't get it. 6-0 Tigers as they prepare to kick it away. Here comes the approach in the boot again down the middle through the hands of a short man. It'll be taken by an Indian at the 20-yard line. He comes straight ahead. Not much more running room that time as they bottle him up at around the 31-yard line on a return by Keyshawn Lemon.
Tigers tackled at the 31-yard
So
line.
Anderson has work to do. They'll go to work now, trailing 6-0 with 6:42 to go in the first quarter. Indians have had a rough start. They've committed a couple of penalties. They've turned the ball over twice, one on a fumble, one on an interception. And the Indians have struggled. Let's see if they can get it uncorked. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line. In the middle of the field, Armstrong, the quarterback, the only one back there, clamps for the snap. Here it comes. Quick throw, left side, caught in the flat, taken down the sideline to around the 40-yard line.
Tackled by number 28, Tyler Rittenhouse.
That was complete to Lemon, who got about 6 yards. It'll be 2nd and 4. First catch by an Anderson Indian tonight. They'll have it just inside their own 40-yard line. Good down to throw again if you think about it here. Twin wideouts here near side, one on the far side. Armstrong has it, looks right. He's going to throw down the middle, wide open receiver, and he threw him a ball about 5 yards too long. Boy, was he open. Jovian Poor had no one near him. He was between the cornerback and the safety and as open as you get on a football field, and they didn't get him.
The Tongi squad and crew for their enormous amount of spirit. Thank you for participating.
That'll bring up 3rd down. 3rd and a short 4, a long 3. Anderson trying to get uncorked here offensively. They've had trouble early. Ball just inside their 40 on the far hash now. Man in motion this way. They'll toss sweep with him. Here he comes right side. Not much running room. Great job by the Yorktown defense to limit him to a gain of a yard. They carry that time by Octavius Anderson. And he got a rough yard.
Faulkner on the tackle.
Faulkner gets credit for the stop for Yorktown. It's 4th and 3. Just past the 40-yard line. And Anderson appears to be going for it on 4th down. They need a fat 3. And they are going to line up as if they're going to go for it. Play clock already down to 12. 2 backs on either side of the quarterback Armstrong. They're going to go. He claps. Man in motion now. Armstrong, misdirection give left side. They don't get it. Yorktown's defense home and driving him down. Great job by Yorktown to hold him there. Another carry that time for Anderson. He lost about 2 yards.
Holton Parsons on the stop, number 72.
So Yorktown gets the ball back for the 3rd time. Anderson has had 3 series, no first downs, 2 turnovers. Yorktown's defense has looked good except on the pass pattern where Armstrong missed his man. Tiger ball, 1st down at the 38-yard line of Anderson. They'll run it right side and take it down around the 34. Reed Neal picks up about 4. It'll be 2nd down, and they're going to give him 5. So a nice pickup on the keeper by the sophomore quarterback. Good down to throw on 2nd and 5. Tigers have a man wide here, way over to the sideline. They'll sweep it left side, and a flag comes flying in on the tackle at around the 35-yard line. Carry that time for Yorktown went to Rittenhouse. He got back to about the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a face mask penalty on Anderson. Insult to injury. Another penalty against Anderson, and that will give Yorktown a 1st down, deep in Indians territory. It's a 15-yard penalty. .38 penalty yards already against Anderson on 3 infractions, and Yorktown's in the red zone, 1st and 10 at the Anderson 20. On the near hash, Neal gives to Rittenhouse. He sweeps right side, cuts around one man. Great burst of speed, heads for the end zone. Touchdown, Yorktown. Oh, they're going to mark him short of the end zone. He looked like he got to the pylon. In fact, the pylon's on the ground. And it's going to be about, they're going to mark him at the 2. So no touchdown, but it is a 1st and goal on an 18-yard gain by Rittenhouse. Yorktown pounding on the door again at the Anderson 2-yard line. I really thought he got in there. Tigers will go 1st and goal from the 2, leading 6-0 on the right hash. Neal will hand straight ahead to Rittenhouse, and he buries his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Tyler Rittenhouse goes the final 2 yards for the score, and it's 12-0 Yorktown. Nice little 40-yard drive by the Tigers to score for the 2nd time here in the 1st quarter. And they look to make it 13, perhaps 14, depending on what they do with their PAT attempt. They line up to kick it. Hunt will hold. Applegate will kick it. Good snap, good hold. The kick, barely good, but they'll take it. 4:44 to go in the 1st quarter. It's all Yorktown so far. It's the Tigers 13, Anderson nothing on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. Don't go away.
We hear it more and more when people talk about sports. We need to change the culture. No more integrity taking a backseat to performance. No more players, coaches, and fans run amok. No more too big to fail. It sounds good. It sounds reasonable. Come to think of it, it sounds like high school sports. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we know that sports are just part of a student athlete's overall education and that there's more to the game than winning. We also know that high school sports are incredibly exciting. They're rich with tradition and bring communities together like nothing else. In a word, they're pure. More and more, that's what people want. High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport. This message brought to you by the Indianapolis Colts, the IHSAA, and the high schools in this community.
Welcome back to the ball game. Tiger Field, Yorktown leading Anderson 13-0. And the Tigers set to kick off again for the 4th time already in the 1st quarter. They kicked away to start the game. And here they come again. This one down the far side. It'll head for the sideline. Will it get out of bounds? It does roll out of bounds inside the 15-yard line, and that's the first penalty tonight against Yorktown. Check it. 2nd penalty. So Anderson will take the ball, and they'll have good field position at their own 35-yard line. Anderson has work to do now, trailing by 2 scores. Yorktown has gotten a touchdown pass from Reed Neal to Brant Applegate and a 2-yard run from Rittenhouse. And they look good so far. Anderson will spread the field again. 1 running back, 4 wide receivers. Armstrong, the quarterback, staring into the sun, waiting on that snap, and here it comes. And take it left side to Merida and Merida, and he's tackled for a sack in the backfield. Technically a tackle for loss by Parsons. Holden got him, brought him down for a loss of 4. Merida's had a tough night so far carrying the ball. Terrific play by Holden Parsons, and it's 2nd down. And about 17 or so. Armstrong, again with 1 runner in the backfield next to him. He'll give it to him. It's Merida. He only gets about 3 yards headed straight forward, if that. Yorktown doing a nice job against the Anderson running game. The officials will spot the ball at the 28-yard line.
On the tackle.
So Merida gets a couple of tough yards. Team. Wide out here on the near side near the numbers. Another one up against the sideline far side with one running back, and Armstrong will roll. Looks to throw up near the sideline on the Yorktown side. He'll be run out of bounds at around the 35-yard line. Good job pursuing that time by Yorktown's Brady O'Brien. Could not get there and turn the corner. It's 4th down after a gain of 6 by Armstrong. Punting situation for the Anderson Indians. Yorktown sends Brant Applegate deep to wait on the kickback here on the near side, and Rittenhouse on the far side at around the 35-yard line. There's a good snap. Time to kick it. A high, wobbly, short kick. It's going to come down near the 40-yard line in Yorktown territory. It'll take a left turn and roll between the hash marks, and it'll die at the 39 where Anderson will kill it. 3:11 to go. First quarter. It's Yorktown 13, Anderson nothing on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. I'll be right back.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can be played with a zebra. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your
Welcome back to the ball game. Yorktown throws during the commercial break, a 22-yarder to Harris from Neal, and it's first down 10. Yorktown at the Anderson 38-yard line. Neal, time to throw. Ball here on the near side, complete to Applegate. Skitters ahead to the 30, puts his head down, pounds ahead 2 more yards to the 28. It's going to be close to another first down. We'll see if they give him a gain of 9. I think that's what it's going to be. Yep, gain of 9. Nice job that time. Second and short. Whoa, snap over the head of Reed Neal, who goes back and just catches it sliding to the ground at around the 38-yard line. That looked like a wet bar of soap coming out of the center's hand. Speaking of the line for Yorktown, we haven't mentioned them tonight, but let's get you caught up. Caleb Howell, Devin Thompson, Holden Parsons, Colton Yarger, Taylor Lick are the offensive linemen for Yorktown. That's a loss of 9. There's a flag just as the ball is being snapped again. It's the Keystone Cops all of a sudden. Let's see what they do with that one. Waiting on the official signal. Always feel sorry for the quarterbacks who eat that negative yardage in the rushing total. This is a false start penalty against Yorktown. Anderson will accept, and you hear the beeping in reverse as they back up to the 43-yard line. Third penalty in the game against Yorktown. 3 also in the game against Anderson. So a promising drive has kind of stalled here. It's 3rd and 15, Yorktown at the Anderson 43. They need the 28 to convert. Neal with an empty backfield, plenty of time, steps up deep, ball has a man Applegate down there, just overthrown, incomplete in the end zone. That'll bring up 4th down on a beautiful throw from Neal, just about a foot too long. Unofficially, I've got Reed Neal at 3 out of 5. for 54 yards and a touchdown in the first 10 minutes plus. 4th and 15, Yorktown at the Anderson 43, and we'll see if they're going to punt or go for it. We're going to send Applegate back to punt with 1:38 to go here in the first quarter. It's Yorktown 13, Anderson nothing. Deep man for the Indians down here. Snap is dropped by Applegate. He picks it up and kicks a high end over ender. It's going to hit inside the 5 and roll into the end zone. That was a smart move by Justin Stiers to just let it go. So that'll be a 43-yard punt, 23 net on the touchback, and the Indians will get the ball at the 20-yard line, and we'll keep it right here. Yorktown had a golden opportunity to get another score there and just could not do it. Kind of unraveled a little bit on that series, but they have a 13-point lead. The final 1:29 of the first quarter. If you're just joining us, just jumping in the water, Yorktown got a touchdown pass from Reed Neal to Brand Applegate with a 2-yard touchdown run from Rittenhouse. And it's 13 Zip Tigers on 1st and 10. Armstrong looking to throw for Anderson. Flushed. He'll roll right. Has running room to the sideline. Run out of bounds near the Yorktown bench at the 31, and that'll be awfully close to a first down. And they're going to give him a gain of 11 and a first down. First down in the game by Anderson. They've been outplayed so far. Yorktown's defense has been pretty solid through the first 10 minutes and change. On 1st and 10, ball here on the near hash. Running room for Merida, who takes the handoff and sweeps it around the right corner. Got out to around the 36-yard line or so, and that should be good for about 5 yards on the pickup. It is, and it'll be 2nd and 5. Armstrong, the signal caller for Anderson, trying to get his offense on track with his team behind 13-0. He is a senior. Right-hander. And here comes the snap to him. He'll sweep it himself left side to the short sideline, cuts up field, runs into a defender, and drives him out of bounds. Listen to the crowd on the far side. They love that one. That's a guts play right there. Pickup of 13 yards and another Anderson first down. So 2 carries, 24 yards for Armstrong and a pair of Anderson first downs. And maybe they've just decided to put it in his hands and say, go get us some points. 1st and 10, Indians at their own 44. Final 33 seconds of the first period. Anderson trailing 13-0. The snap to him. Flushed. Steps up. He's going to be brought down, but he throws it just as he's going down, and it's caught and taken all the way to the Yorktown 44-yard line. That's going to be another first down. Tyjay Rayford with the catch. Good for another first down to the Yorktown 44. 12-yard gain. So the Indians let the clock run out. They've picked up 3 straight first downs here to finish up the first period, and they look finally like they're getting on track. We've played 1 quarter at Tiger Field. At the end of the first period, it's Yorktown 13, Anderson 0 on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel.
He worked out early, practiced late, and studied well into the night. The next day, he did it all over again.
She missed time hanging out and socializing with friends so she could make it on time to practices and games.
He became a top student and a confident leader, even as he helped his team win back-to-back conference titles.
She became a role model in her community, even as she led her team to an undefeated season.
And when they finished playing high school sports, what did they do next?
She graduated from college with honors and went
went to work for a successful company.
He attended graduate school and became a difference maker in his community.
Because that's what student athletes in Indiana do. They use the skills they develop playing high school sports today
To do even bigger things in life tomorrow.
high school sports.
A winning part of a complete education.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. We move to the second quarter. We flip the field, and Yorktown still defending Anderson, leading 13-0. It'll be a 1st and 10 coming up for the Indians. They picked up 3 first downs in a row in this series. Their first trip into Yorktown territory at the Tiger 44. Ball right in the middle of the crowd. Armstrong waiting on the snap. With 2 backs, 1 in front, 1 behind. They'll go toss sweep to Merritt, right side. Running room. Daylight to the 40, to the 35. He's near another first down. We'll wait on the spot. Going to be close. Let's see where they put it down. It's going to be right there near the stick. Gain of 9 for Merida. Elijah Merida. Anderson's offense is clicking a little bit better here now. Late first, second quarter early as they try to drive and get closer, trailing 13-0. Second and about the length of the ball. They'll toss sweep near side on the edge. Nice cut to the sideline. Going to be close. I think he's going to have just enough as Yorktown strung out the play. Octavius Anderson is going to get about a yard gain and another first down. So the 4th first down in this drive for Anderson. They didn't look very good early on. They looked like they were a little out of kilter. They weren't quite clicking on all 8 cylinders, but much better here offensively this time with the ball. And the Indians have it at the Yorktown 34, 1st and 10. 10:51 before halftime, 13-0 game with Yorktown leading. Armstrong takes the snap. Merida gets the call, and he's buried for a loss as he tried to go right side. Terrific play by Colton Yarder and company to drop him for a loss of about 2 yards. Yorktown's rush defense has looked pretty good for most of the game. Now let's see if they think about a blitz here. Second in the better part of 13. Ball sitting at the Yorktown 37-yard line. Man in motion, far side. Fake toss sweep that way. The bootleg here, naked and look to throw. And Armstrong plays with him, and now he's going to be taken down for a big loss. All the way back to the Anderson 44-yard line. Jordan Spangler with the play of the night so far to take him all the way back to the 45. Wow. Well, Armstrong toyed with him, and he shouldn't have done that, and he cost him big time. That pushes the ball all the way back to the Anderson 45. 3rd down and about 30 yards to go. Screen pass over the middle, it's caught, and immediately he's taken down. Nice play by the Yorktown defense on the little screen pass for Merida. And that'll bring up 4th down and half of Mount Pleasant Township. This sequence of plays began at the Yorktown 34. Anderson will punt with the ball at their own 46. You can do that math. We'll probably see you not even put the ball to the stick. Here's the punt down the middle. It'll be allowed to hit. takes the bounce away. That was a dangerous play by Rittenhouse. If he had touched that, it would have been curtains, but it bounced just past his leg, and Anderson will bury it and kill it at the 10-yard line. Yorktown 13, Anderson nothing. 8:26 to go here in the second quarter on Beaver Media and Delco Preps channel. Back to the ball game as Yorktown takes over offensively deep in Tiger territory at their own 10, heading left to right into that sun, and Rittenhouse gets the call to carry, cuts back, makes one man miss, spins out of another tackle, pounds his way to the 15-yard line. That was a tough 5-yard run. It was actually about 15 yards as the crow flies back and forth. Good second and third effort that time by Rittenhouse to pick up 5 tough yards. 2nd and 10. Check it, second and better part of 5.5, 6 yards. Neal waiting on the snap. Here it comes. He'll keep it. Give to the right side. Runner straight ahead is Wheat. And Wheat has enough for the Yorktown first down out to the 24-yard line.
Hand off to Brendan Wheat.
Wheat picks up 10 yards. Straight up the gut. Yorktown unofficially with their 6th first down of the game. And it's first and a fresh 4 downs. 10 to go for the Tigers. Here's a handoff right side. Running room straight ahead off the tackle to around the 31-yard line. On a nice little piece of running by Wheat again. Wheat gets himself 7 yards on the carry.
Tackle by number 40, Vincent McCall.
2nd down and short. Good time to think about throwing with 6:58 to go here in the first half. Yorktown scored the first 2 times they got their hands on the ball. They've led 13-0 for most of the first quarter here into the second quarter. Tigers driving. Let's see what Neal does here on 2nd and short. He'll keep it on the ground. This time left side. Good running room out past the stick. But a flag goes flying in near the line of scrimmage, and that's generally not a good sign for your offense. Now spotting down at the 36. It would be enough for a first down unless the penalty is against Yorktown. We'll wait on the signal. Gain of 4 yards for Rittenhouse. Let's see what they do to unravel it. Nope. Holding penalty against Yorktown. They're going to wipe it off the board. Flag sitting at the 31-yard line. That'll back the Tigers up. It'll be 2nd down and long now. 4th penalty in the night for the Yorktown Tigers. It's a costly one. It backs them up all the way to their 22-yard line. 2nd and short becomes 2nd and long. To throw. Little wide receiver bubble screen here, and he's got the catch. Does Applegate, but only for about no gain. So Neal to Applegate, but no yardage on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 12. Tigers have the ball at their own 22, ball on the near hash here. That's the north side of the field, leading 13-0 halfway through the second quarter. Neal, play action. Throw here on the near sideline. Beautiful catch by Applegate. He's out of bounds at around the 35. Make it the 36, and it's first down on a 14-yard hookup from Neal to Applegate. Brandt was the leading receiver coming back from a year ago. Pretty throw and catch that time, and it's a first down for Yorktown. Unofficially, I've got him for 7 first downs in the first half. Running backs on either side of Neal. He'll play act, pitch on a sweep here near side. That's Wheat, and he's going to be bumped out of bounds at around the 40-yard line in Yorktown territory. Gain of around 3, maybe fat 3 to 4. Now, Weed is one of those bruising runner types, 5'11", 186, a junior, like tackling a bowling ball. Not easily done. You better hit him low. Clock still rolling. 5:18 to go in the second quarter. 13-0 Yorktown over Anderson here in the season opener. Driving right into that setting sun, Reed Neal waits on the snap. He's got it. He'll keep it. Cuts straight ahead. Now cuts to the sideline. Breaks a tackle. Can't get by the second man, but a nice pickup of 3 yards by the sophomore quarterback. It'll be 3rd and short. Neal's been a busy guy. 6 carries. He's also thrown 7 times. Having a good night. Said during the pregame, you wonder just how much of the playbook they'll hand to the sophomore quarterback. How basic do you keep it? How much do you open it up? Does leading by 13 allow you to do a little bit more? We'll wait and see. 3rd and 3. Handoff straight ahead. Out near the stick. It's going to be very close to a first down for Yorktown as they unpile. We had the carry and a little extracurricular between Wheat and a tackler after the play. No flag. Let's see where they spot it. It's going to be very close to a first down.
Correction.
They've got the sticks moving across the way. That's going to be enough. Another first down for Yorktown on the run by Wheat. He just keeps biting off chunks of yardage. Down to their own 47. 4:10 to go, second quarter. Tigers leading by a pair of touchdowns. They keep it on the ground, this time straight ahead. That's Jordan Spangler for about 3 yards. Ball sitting with the nose right on the 50-yard line. Yorktown driving for what they hope will be their 3rd score of the night on 2nd and long. Play action. Neal with time. Stands in the pocket. Throws. Beautiful diving catch at the 24-yard line. Christian Hunt with a beautiful catch down the field. Wow. Gain of 27 and another Yorktown first down. Great throw and even better catch by Christian Hunt. 1st and 10 Tigers at the Anderson 23. Neal calls for the ball. There was movement in the Yorktown backfield, and I think that's going to be procedure all day and twice on Sunday. And it is procedure against the Tigers. That'll cost them 5 yards. Well, you know, you can't be a Hall of Famer on every play. And it is game 1. There are going to be some moments in game 1 where you don't execute exactly the way you want to. But close. Now 1st and 15, and the Anderson lineman jumps offside, and he points across the way and says, he did it. And the official says, no, I'm not buying it. Back-to-back penalties. This one goes to Anderson, and the 5 yards that Yorktown lost home to go will go right back in the books. Unofficially, 4 penalties against Anderson, 5 against Yorktown. It's been a little sloppy at times. Now 1st and 10. Tigers get the ball back at the 23 where this series began. 3:03 to go before halftime. Neal will hand it. Sweep left side. Spangler cuts to daylight. Down inside the 15. Close to the 10. Should be enough. Just enough for another Yorktown first down, and it is. 12-yard gain. 1st and 10 Yorktown. Tigers are pounding on the door. Leading 13-0 with 2:54 to go here in the first half. Reed hands again to Spangler, reverses himself, and he's down for a loss in the backfield. Anderson did a nice job stopping him. -2, and he might have hurt himself in the process. Grabs his ankle, but he's up and coming to the sideline under his own power. It'll be 2nd and 12. Clock rolling, 2:23 to go before halftime. Yorktown is in the red zone again at the Anderson 13-yard line. 2:15 to go before halftime. Rittenhouse in motion here on the near side. Reed Neal looks here, throws here on the near side. Applegate has it. Wide receiver screen, but a nice job by Anderson to take him down after a gain of about 2 yards. That's Applegate's 5th catch unofficially in the first half. Clock still rolling at 1:45. Yorktown in no hurry. They've got plenty of time here to just run out the clock and maybe score here, leading 13-0. They'll put it down at the Anderson 11-yard line. 9 yards to go. Carry to the left side. Rittenhouse breaks the tackle, sprints toward the pylon on the left side. Can he get to the end zone? He's tripped up just short of the goal line. That's going to be very close to the stick again. Let's see where they put him down. 4th down, so he's short of the stick by maybe a yard. He got 8 yards, and it'll be 4th and 1. So, from the 3-yard line, with 1:21 to go before halftime, Yorktown's going to go. And movement again on the interior line by Anderson, and I think it's the same guy who gets caught for the second time in this series.
Offside on Anderson.
Braden Davis jumped offside again, and that'll give Yorktown the first down. Sorry about that, folks. Tight quarters. Tigers now in a golden opportunity. 2-yard line of Anderson. 1st and goal. They'll pack the offense. 3 runners just to the right of Reed Neal. Waiting on the game clock to resume, and there it goes. Now wound down to 1:12. Neal will keep it, cuts it upfield. Don't think he got to the end zone. They're going to mark him at the 1 after a gain of 1. Second and goal. Got an injured Anderson player on the field. The officials call time. We'll take a break as they tend to the player down on the Anderson side of the field. 54 seconds to go before halftime. It's Yorktown out in front of Anderson, 13-0 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Don't go away.
Let's talk about the X's and O's of family entertainment. Every parent in Indiana knows the importance of being able to draw up an activity that'll get you out of the house for a couple of hours. But it needs to be affordable. It needs to be family friendly. Above all, it needs to be fun. Now, let's talk about high school sports. Bang for your buck. School sports provide the You'll enjoy all of the drama and excitement competitive sports offer. You'll be supporting the future leaders of our community in a meaningful way. Best of all, you can take your entire family without breaking the bank. Heck, you won't even invent it. Now, enough chalk talk. Let's get out there and see what's playing at the high school in your community. School sports. Good for our kids, good for our community. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
From Jamestown to Jonesville, from North Salem to South Milford, from River Forest to Grass Creek. No matter where you live in Indiana, you can enjoy high school sports coverage at its very best on the IHSAA Champions Network. Farm Bureau Insurance. Its 35 powerhouse radio stations, Fox Sports Indiana, and the World Wide Web, combining their vast resources to blanket the state, the Midwest, the world. With the purest, most riveting presentation of high school sports in America. From Anderson to Addie, Kendallville to Kokomo. Follow the high school sports that make our state great all season long. Thank you, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, and welcome home.
Hey, honey, is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Ah, let me see here. English, good. History, excellent. History, I love history. Baseball. Wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in a class, like accountability and self-discipline, value of teamwork. I may not be earning a grade, but I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, of course it is. Just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why they're called education-based athletics.
High school sports. There's so much more than just a game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Tiger Field in Yorktown on the injury timeout. Anderson's Stephen Gary was down a couple of minutes, but they've attended to him. He's up on his own power, walking off gingerly.
Is called a timeout.
The training staff here at Yorktown, led by Kevin McNamara, as good as any you'll find anywhere. So they've taken good care of him. He's off the field. Yorktown has come to the sideline. Anderson has called a timeout now to talk about strategy with 54.1 seconds left on the scoreboard here in the first half. Yorktown leading this one 13-0. All the scoring came in the first quarter. Yorktown struck first with 6:50 to go in the first quarter. 23-yard pass from Reed Neal to Brant Applegate. Yorktown went for two with a trickeration play on the PAT, didn't get it, and they led 6-0. Yorktown got the ball back and went back to the end zone about 2 minutes later. 4:44 to go in the first quarter. 2-yard run for the touchdown by Tyler Rittenhouse. Applegate added the kick. 13-0 Tigers. That's where the first quarter ended. And it's where we are right now, but maybe not for long. Second down, goal to go from the Anderson 2-yard line. Looking for their third score of the game. We're ready to go. Double tight ends. Neal will give straight ahead. Spangler fights his way toward the end zone. Second effort. Did he get there? Touchdown, Yorktown. Delayed call as they waited to make sure they could figure out where Spangler went with the ball. He got to the end zone, and Yorktown is back on the scoreboard to make it 19-0. That caps off a nice drive by the Tigers. They now have a 19-point lead, and let's see if they go for one or go for two. They're lining up to kick it. Hunt to hold. Applegate to boot it. Here comes the snap. Hold down. Kick on the way. Low line drive. But it is good. 45.8 seconds to go in the first half. Yorktown has broken this one open. We'll go to the break with Yorktown leading Anderson 20-0 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
We hear it more and more when people talk about sports. We need to change the culture. No more integrity taking a backseat to performance. No more players, coaches, and fans run amok. No more too big to fail. It sounds good. It sounds reasonable. Come to think of it, it sounds like high school sports. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we know that sports are just part of a student-athlete's overall education and that there's more to the game than winning. We also know that high school sports are incredibly exciting. They're rich with tradition and bring communities together like nothing else. In a word, they're pure. More and more, that's what people want. High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport. This message brought to you by the Indianapolis Colts, the IHSAA, and the high schools in this community.
It's Yorktown 20, Anderson nothing with 46 seconds to go in the first half. Yorktown has just come off their third touchdown of the night, and they'll kick it away left to right with under a minute to go before halftime. Short end-over-end kick to the near sideline taken by a short man who cuts up field to around the 38. He's going to be driven back and taken down right there. First and 10, Anderson. They'll have it at their own 38-yard line. So Yorktown has scored once through the air, twice on the ground. They've got a 20-point lead with 41.3 to go. Been a good night for the guys in the green jerseys and not a very good night for the guys in the green pants. We'll see if Anderson is content to do nothing or if they make an attempt to score here with 41.3 to go. Armstrong, the quarterback, in the pistol, waiting on the snap. 3 wideouts on the right side. Anderson will have to run. Armstrong on the run. He makes a throw late, and it's caught in Yorktown territory and taken to the 45-yard line. That'll be good for a first down, a gain of 17 yards. Wow.
Stinson and through on the tackle.
Nice play. Woods with a catch, gain of 17 for the first down.
Timeout, Anderson.
No, please work it out. I don't get.
Timeout on the field. Clock stops temporarily in high school football on first downs. And I believe Yorktown took the timeout to stop the clock and make sure what they were doing. Both teams have gone to their sidelines to get some water and little instruction. 29.5 to go in the first half. 5 first downs in the first half unofficially for the Anderson Indians. They've had a little bit of trouble executing, but when they've executed well, they've done a nice job. Haven't been very consistent. First and 10 at the Yorktown 44. 29 and a half seconds to go before halftime. Anderson trailing by 20, and there's a ball right through the hands of the receiver. Wow, it's an incomplete pass. Keyshawn Lemon had the ball go right through his hands, hit him, and bounced way back toward the Anderson goal line, but it's just an incomplete pass, and it'll stop the clock with 26.3 to go. Should have been caught. He'll tell you it should have been caught. That'll make it 2nd and 10. 3 wideouts near side. That's here on the left. 1 wideout far side on the right. Armstrong waiting for the ball. He's got it. Short drop. He'll roll left toward the Yorktown sideline under pressure. Gets away from the first man. Skitters out of bounds at around the 46-yard line in Yorktown territory.
Forced out of bounds by number 30 place.
That's going to be a loss of about 2 in 3rd and 12. Got out of bounds to stop the clock. 19.1 to go in the first half. It's a 3rd and 12 situation for Anderson at the Yorktown 46. They're driving right to left, so they are looking back toward the sun if they want to catch a pass, and that might have been a factor in the ball to Lemon. Armstrong claps his hands. He's got 4 receivers right. He's going to throw right. It's underthrown, but I believe it's caught on a nice play out there in the flat. It is good for the catch and a gain of 7 yards. Nice catch by Jovian Poor. That'll make it 4th down and about 5 yards to go.
Final timeout by Anderson.
Anderson stops the clock. Their last timeout They've got 1.3 seconds left on the scoreboard, and they'll have it 4th and 5 at the Yorktown 39. Thanks for joining us tonight. Great to have you along for the ride. Yorktown 20, Anderson nothing. If you're just tuning in, the Yorktown touchdowns belong to Brant Applegate, who caught a 23-yard pass for a score from Reed Neal. A 2-yard run for a touchdown by Tyler Rittenhouse. A 2-yard run, goal line in the end zone by Jordan Spangler. A couple of extra point kicks by Brant Applegate, and you've got yourself a 20-0 lead if you're a Yorktown fan. This should be the final play of the first half, barring a defensive penalty. The half can't end on a defensive penalty, but anything else will wipe the scoreboard clean. Well, if you're Anderson, you've got absolutely nothing to lose. I would just flood a corner and throw it up and say, who can high point it? Maybe get a cheap touchdown out of it. 3 wideouts near side, 1 far side, 1 running back. That's Merida next to Armstrong. He flinched, but they didn't call it. Armstrong has it. Plenty of time to throw. He's going to go deep ball down the middle. 3 Yorktown guys are there, and they intercept it at the 5-yard line. A short return out to about the 12-yard line, and a little extracurricular going on here between 2 guys, 1 from each school, after the interception by Austin Hill. That will not make Mike Wilhelm happy at all. That will end the half because it should be offsetting penalties. Let's wait and see. Anderson leaving the field. Now Yorktown doing the same, and that should be it. Second interception in the game by Yorktown. Personal foul against Anderson. Personal foul against Yorktown. They'll offset, and that'll be the final play of the first half. Teams will go to the locker rooms in a blow. Stranger things have happened, though, folks. Halftime score, Yorktown 20, Anderson nothing. Back with more after this on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. Don't go away.
It's your ticket to an evening out that won't break the bank. It's your ticket to explosive runs, acrobatic catches, and game-saving tackles. It's your ticket to an experience you'll never forget. It's your ticket to the IHSAA State Football Tournament. Attending a tournament football game is a fun and affordable way to see sports played the way they were meant to be, for the pure love of it. The Indianapolis Colts and the Indiana High School Athletic Association invite you to be part of Indiana's rich tradition of high school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure state tournament excitement. The drama is set to kick off. Do you have your ticket? There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
He worked out early, practiced late, and studied well into the night. The next day, he did it all over again.
She missed time hanging out and socializing with friends so she could make it on time to practices and games.
He became a top student and a confident leader, even as he helped his team win back-to-back conference titles.
She became a role model in her community, even as she led her team to an undefeated season.
And when they finished playing high school sports, what did they do next?
She graduated from college with honors and went to work for a successful company.
He attended graduate school and became a difference maker in his community.
And athletes in Indiana do. They use the skills they develop playing high school sports today
to do even bigger things in life tomorrow.
High school sports,
a winning part of a complete education.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Yorktown High School. We're at halftime, and the Yorktown Tigers are in the driver's seat on opening night 2017. They lead this one 20-0. We'll take a look at the stats unofficially in a moment, but first let's recap the scoring in the first half. It's been all Yorktown. Tigers got a couple of first quarter touchdowns. They recovered a fumble, turned it into a 6 as they went 23 yards through the air from Reed Neal to Brant Applegate. They went for 2, didn't get it. 6-0 Yorktown with 6:50 to go, first quarter. Interception led to the second Yorktown touchdown. They scored 4:44 the first quarter on a 2-yard run by Tyler Rittenhouse, who had a big gainer just before that fell just short of the end zone. They let him have the next one. He took it in. Applegate's kick was good. It was 13-0. Yorktown out in front. And that's how the first quarter came to an end. 13-0 Tigers. Only one score late in the first half. 45.8 seconds left in the second quarter. It was Yorktown going to the end zone again on a 2-yard run from Jordan Spangler, capping off a nice drive by the Tigers. Applegate's kick was good again. Nothing. And the first half came to an end there on the interception by Anderson. And it's the second pick tonight for the Yorktown defense. They've gotten interceptions from Brant Applegate and Austin Hill, and a fumble recovery from Tyler Rittenhouse. So it's been mostly Yorktown dominating this game tonight so far. Unofficially, team statistic-wise, in the first half, Anderson with 5 first downs, 6 penalties. They had 1 fumble. They lost it. They threw 2 picks. They've punted the ball away twice. Yorktown, unofficially, 11 first downs, 6 penalties, no fumbles, no picks. And they've played pretty well for Mike Wilhelm through the first 24 minutes of this one. Sun just now setting in the western sky. The Yorktown band is on the field to entertain the fans in halftime. And so far it's been the Tigers in a landslide so far here in the opener in 2017. We'll take a break, come back to look at the individual numbers unofficially at halftime right after this timeout on Beaver Media and on YouTube's Delco Preps channel. Don't go away.
Let's talk about the X's and O's of family entertainment. Every parent in Indiana knows the importance of being able to draw up an activity that'll get you out of the house for a couple of hours. But it needs to be affordable. It needs to be family friendly. Above all, it needs to be fun. Now, let's talk about high school sports. Bang for your buck, school sports provide the perfect game plan for your family. You'll enjoy all of the drama and excitement competitive sports offer. You'll be supporting the future leaders of our community in a meaningful way. Best of all, you can take the entire family without breaking the bank. Heck, you won't even dent it. Now, enough shop talk. Let's get out there and see what's playing at the high school in your community. School sports, good for our kids, good for our community. By the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. Hey Hey, honey, is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Let me see here. English, good. Chemistry, geometry, excellent. World history, I love world history. Baseball. Wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in a classroom, like accountability and self-discipline, the value of teamwork. I may not be earning a grade, but I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, of course it is. Just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why they're called education-based athletics.
Sports. There's so much more than just a game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We're at halftime at Yorktown High School, the opener of the season in football in Indiana. Great night for it in most of the state. It's dry, no lightning. Everyone's playing ball. Here in Mount Pleasant Township, Yorktown is out in front 20-0 over Anderson. You hear the Yorktown marching band doing their field show to entertain the fans here at halftime. Football team did the entertainment for the first 12 to 24 minutes. And here for about 5 or 10 at halftime, it's going to be the band from Yorktown. We told you about the unofficial team statistics early in the halftime show, and at the individual numbers, pretty good for Yorktown. Unofficially throwing, Reed Neal, 7 of 9, 97 yards, a touchdown. He's had a nice night moving the ball around. He's thrown balls to 3 different receivers. Hunt with a catch for 27 yards, Harris with a catch for 22, Applegate with 5 catches for 48 yards, including a touchdown and a beautiful diving catch by Hunt. Late there in the second quarter was a beauty to write home about. Rushing, Neal, unofficially 7 carries, 17 yards. Spangler, 7 carries, 26 yards and a touchdown. Wheat, 5 carries, 23 yards. And Rittenhouse, 5 carries, 32 yards, and a touchdown. Tigers have had a good night offensively. Unofficially for Anderson, Armstrong has thrown 5 for 9 for 45 yards and 2 interceptions in the first half. 6 different guys caught balls. Orr a catch for 6 yards. Lemon a catch for 6. Anderson 3 catches for 5 net. Rayford a catch for 12. Merida a catch for 4. And the other catch for Anderson belongs to Keanis Woods, who caught a ball for 17 yards. Rushing-wise for Anderson, 7 carries, a net of 2 yards, net of a 21 rather, for Merida. Woods a carry with a fumble, no yardage. Armstrong, 4 carries, a net of 2 yards. Anderson a carry for a yard to account for the offensive numbers for Anderson in the first half. They've got a tall mountain to climb, trailing by 20 points at halftime. We'll see how they decide to go ahead and attack Yorktown in the second half. Yorktown will get the ball to start the second half, by the way. They lost the coin toss to Anderson earlier tonight, and the Indians took the ball. So Yorktown not only has the lead, they're going to get the ball in about 5 to 10 minutes when play resumes. Right now, the Yorktown band on the field, entertaining the fans. We'll take a brief break here and let you enjoy the halftime show from the marching band. Don't go away.
Great job, Yorktown. Pride of Yorktown. All right, we got some team stats for you. Rushing yards, Anderson 25, Yorktown 99 at the half.
That's called live broadcasting, folks. You give the bandos a little love. I used to be one, and they get about 30 seconds. Sorry about that, guys. Better than nothing. They did a nice job, I can tell you. That's as good a band as they've had at Yorktown in a while, and well done, kids. Keep working hard. We're at halftime, 20-0 ball game. Anderson trailing Yorktown. We'll take a break. Come back, be ready for the start of the third quarter once the field is cleared, right here on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Don't go away.
There's still a place. There's still a place where performance is enhanced by extra effort, not by performance-enhancing drugs. Contracts are between coaches and players. The terms are non-negotiable. There's still a place where an edge is something you gain by working harder than your opponent. There's still a place where sport is pure. That place is the high school in your community. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we believe that while competition can be fierce, it doesn't change the fact that it's only a game. The goal may be to win, but the point is to have fun. And if you want to be reminded of just how great sports can be when they're played the right way, then the place to be is at a high school sporting event in your community. High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message made possible by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
We hear it more and more when people talk about sports. We need to change the culture. No more integrity taking a backseat to performance. No more players, coaches, and fans run amok. No more too big to fail. It sounds good. It sounds reasonable. Come to think of it, it sounds like high school sports. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we know that sports are just part of a student athlete's overall education and that there's more to the game than winning. We also know that high school sports are incredibly exciting. They're rich with tradition and bring communities together like nothing else. In a word, they're pure. More and more, that's what people want. High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport. This message brought to you by the Indianapolis Colts, the IHSAA, and the high schools in this community.
It's your ticket to an evening out that won't break the bank. It's your ticket to explosive runs, acrobatic catches, and game-saving tackles. It's your ticket to an experience you'll never forget. It's your ticket to the IHSAA State Football Tournament. Attending a tournament football game is a fun and affordable way to see sports played the way they were meant to be. For the pure love of it, the Indianapolis Colts and the Indiana High School Athletic Association invite you to be part of Indiana's rich tradition of high school sports. Pure sport, pure state tournament excitement. The drama is set to kick off. Do you have your ticket? There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans, exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Tiger Field. The field is filling up with football players as they get ready to play in the third quarter, stretching out here. And we mentioned earlier Yorktown's volleyball team off to a really nice 2-0 start. They're among the best teams in 4A, and they'll play twice tomorrow. Reminds me of last November, and one of the great moments last November is calling a state championship for Yorktown again in volleyball. Here's how it sounded to remind you of how the season might go again in 2017. Get chills every time I listen to it. That was a great day of volleyball as Yorktown won a state championship. Wapahani won one in the volleyball capital of Indiana. So good luck to all 8 of DC's volleyball teams as they make their way through the fall and the season here in 2017.
Okay. It's too dark.
We're all set to go. Teams are on the field. Yorktown receiving team ready to go.
Wittenhouse, number 28, will receive.
20-0 game. If you're a Delaware County fan, a Yorktown fan, you say the good guys are in front, 20-0. So we're all set to go. Anderson will kick it away here shortly. Yorktown will have a 20-point lead, and they'll get the ball to start the third quarter, and who knows what might happen here in the next 24 minutes of football. First 24 were pretty darn good for the Yorktown Tigers to start 2017. Anderson will kick off for the first time in this game. Matthews straight to boot it. He'll kick it high and short. Might hit the ground. It does hit the ground. Taken on a hop by a Yorktown sharp man who breaks a couple tackles, taken out of bounds. That was Christian Hunt here on the near side. And he returns it to about the 30, make it the 31-yard line. So the Tigers in business, 1st and 10 at their own 31. They've had good field position all night. In fact, great field position. They have had a couple drives that began in Anderson territory, and on one of those trips, they didn't get any points. So could be even worse for the Anderson side of the field. Reed Neal back to quarterback again with a man on either side of him. Rittenhouse to his right. Not sure who that is to his left. It might be Wheat. Handoff is straight ahead. Fumble. It's loose on the ground. Who's going to get it? The officials come sprinting in from the sideline. Yorktown has covered it. And boy, did he take a shot. The ball carrier that time, I believe, was Brady O'Brien, and he got his bell rung after a gain of 3. He paid for that one. On second down, it'll be 7 yards to go for Yorktown. They've got it at their own 34. Reed Neal Will hand it to Rittenhouse, who cuts to the outside, sweeping right. Has enough for the first down across the 40 to the 45-yard line. Beautiful run.
That's good for a Tiger.
10 yards and a Yorktown first down. Unofficially, 6 carries, 42 yards for Rittenhouse in this game tonight. First down of the second half, and Yorktown is rolling 1st and 10 at the Tiger 44. Neal waiting on the snap. He'll send Rittenhouse in motion here, way to the near side. He looks here. He's going to throw here. Applegate out there on a wide receiver screen. He's got it for a short gain to around the 48-yard line.
Applegate on the reception. Pass thrown by Reed Neal.
Brant's been a busy guy tonight. Catches in the book. 2nd and 6. Leading receiver a year ago was Applegate, and probably will be again in 2017. On 2nd and 6, Rittenhouse in motion, this time far side. Neal's going to throw that way. Applegate cuts under, has the catch again. It's not Applegate. It might be Harris. It is Harris. Tough to read the numbers from that far away. Harris with the catch for no gain. His second catch of the night. 3rd and 5 at the 49 in Yorktown territory. We're just underway here in the second half. Yorktown with the first possession, and on 3rd down, they'll send Rittenhouse in motion again for the 3rd straight time. This time, Neal will keep it and cut it straight up field, has enough for the first down as he takes it to the 44-yard line in Anderson territory. 7-yard gain for Reed Neal. Second first down on this drive by the Tigers as they lead 20-0. 9.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. It's been a beautiful night. It's cooled off nicely. It was really muggy early. Typical August. Neal has it now. Man in motion again. Short motion. Now again in motion is Rittenhouse. Blitz is on. Neal gets away. Rolls right. Under pressure. Throws in the air on the run. It's caught by Harris inside the 20. Down near the 10-yard line. Big gainer by Yorktown. 32 yards on the completion. From Neal to Harris. Another first down, and this time in the red zone. They'll mark him at the 12-yard line. Yorktown is pounding on the door, leading by 20, but maybe not for long. Here's Neal on a keeper. Squirts out of a tackle. Takes it right side, down near the 5, down near the goal line. Did he get in? No signal yet. Looks like he's going to be short, but not by much.
Neal on the keeper, close to a touchdown.
Takes it down. If they marked it at the 2, it should be enough for a... Did they fumble? They fumbled it out of bounds, and that's a touchback. Oh.
Fumble out of bounds, touchback.
Goes into the end zone. Belongs to Anderson. Down has turned it over. Well, that's the first turnover by Yorktown tonight as they fumble it away. Fumbled it into and out of the end zone over there on the sideline. And Yorktown loses the fumble, and the drive comes to a halt right there. It's the second trip in the red zone that did not result in points, and Anderson has the ball back, 1st and 10 at the 20. Armstrong, the quarterback, has time. Now flushed, cuts it upfield. He's going to be taken down for a loss. It's going to be a sack.
Tackle by number 72, Holden Parsons.
Paper or plastic, you decide for Holden Parsons. He's got himself a sack. It's a loss of 2 for Armstrong. Parsons with the sack. 2nd and 12. Anderson ball at their own 18. They'll swing 2 wideouts here on the near side, 2 on the far side with just one man next to the quarterback, Armstrong. the field, waiting for the snap. Play clock at 4. He claps. There's the ball just in time. He'll look left, flush left, rolls, throws. It's caught. Now it's dropped and nearly intercepted. It went right through the hands. Intended receiver, Tyjae Radford, had it squirt right through his hands, and then a Yorktown defender nearly picked it off. All that excitement, just incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 12. We'll see if Yorktown turns the defense loose and comes with a blitz here. 7:36 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's Yorktown out in front 20-0. 2 receivers wide on either side of the field as Armstrong waits for the snap. There it is. Quick throw here, near side. It's caught. Jukes one man, can't get away from the next. Keonis Woods, gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down. Punting situation for Anderson. And on 4th and 8, they'll boot it away. 7 minutes left to go, 3rd quarter. Yorktown has a pair of deep men waiting on this punt. Applegate at the 45, Rittenhouse at the 40. Here's the punt. It's high, it's wobbly, it's returnable. Rittenhouse is going to let it hit. Takes an Anderson roll inside the 30, all the way to the 26-yard line. So that's a net 50-yard punt. And that's just what the doctor ordered if you're the Anderson Indians. Gets them out of their shadow of their own end zone. 6:42 to go here in the 3rd quarter, and Yorktown will have another series on offense, leading 20-0. Marker on the field. Sideline warning, I think, is what the call is going to end up being. And with 6:42 to go, Yorktown will start this drive. They're 26. Well, the coming out party for Reed Neal has been a pretty impressive one so far tonight. He's done a nice job for a sophomore. He's probably learned a lot from Big Brother, I would guess. The latest in the long line of outstanding Neal athletes. Reed waiting on the snap. He'll take it and hand off straight ahead. I think that's Spangler. Hard to tell until they unpile him. The carry out to around the 31. Spangler did get the ball. He picks up 5. Make it 2nd and 5. Spangler, the leading rusher, coming back from last year. Having a pretty good opening night. 2nd and 5. Tigers keep it on the ground. Spangler cuts through daylight on the left side. He's out near the stick. I think he's going to have just enough for another 1st down, and they'll give it to him. Gain of 6, enough for the 1st down. Yorktown's ground game has been pretty good. You got Spangler back there, Wheat back there. Neal has been up to the task when he's kept the ball. Another fresh 4 downs for Yorktown. 1st and 10 at their own 37. Driving it right to left. Here's a handoff straight ahead. Spangler cuts to the outside, near sideline, 45, 50 and out of bounds, and taken down 5 yards out of bounds. That should have been a personal foul. They let it go.
Good for 11 yards. That's good for another Tiger.
He was ridden out of bounds and tackled well past the long jump pit approach ramp there, but they let it go. They'll spot it at the 49 in Yorktown territory. 1st and 10. Another nice run by Spangler. Yorktown near midfield with a 20-point lead. 2 fakes and a tackle for a loss as Reed Neal ran out of guys to hand it to, and white jerseys surrounded him. A TFL, a loss of 3. Raiden Davis getting credit for the TFL. 13. .458 to go, third quarter. Anderson trailing Yorktown 20-0. Neal has time. Nice pocket. Throw right side. It's caught. Nice leaping grab, and now it's fumbled, and I think they're just going to say incomplete. He didn't have it long enough to complete the catch. Good effort by Harris, who went up and took a shot to the ribs for all his trouble trying to bring that one down, and it'll be 3rd and long. And he's down and going to get tended to as Kevin McNamara, the trainer from Yorktown, trots over to see how his receiver is.
Check out the Yorktown Athletic website.
Reed Neal had completed 7 passes in a row before that incompletion. Now an injury timeout as they tend to Harris across the way, sitting right on the 50 that denotes the 50-yard line on the far side of the field. On this one, if you're just joining us or you've been ducking in and out, maybe watching Major League Baseball along the way, Yorktown scored 13 points in the first quarter, 7 more in the second quarter. They threatened and should have really honestly scored again in the third quarter, but they fumbled the ball through the end zone out of bounds. And they've left a couple of opportunities on the table. But overall, they played pretty well, and they lead 20-0. A 23-yard touchdown pass from Reed Neal to Brant Applegate, a 2-yard touchdown run from Tyler Rittenhouse, and a 2-yard dive touchdown run by Jordan Spangler. Applegate has added a couple kicks, and there you have it, 20-0. Yorktown put up 35 points a year ago in beating Anderson 35-33. And I think what we've got is just a cramp situation across the way with Harris, and he's up, and he'll walk off. He's doing the Fred Sanford gimp walk, but he's okay. Gets a nice hand from the fans. It's always good to get some love from your hometown. And he'll come off the field now, kind of fast walking, like power walking at the mall in fast forward. He's okay. He's a tough guy. He'll be out one play and go back in. Everybody at home who's on Twitter is going, who's Fred Sanford? Ask your mom and dad, or just Google it. Say, hey, Siri, Fred Sanford. You'll find out. Okay, we're all set to go. Elizabeth, it's the big one. That Fred Sanford, that's the guy. 3rd and 13. Let's see if Yorktown goes to the air with men all over the field. Neal drops. They flush the screen. It's caught, but only for a loss of 1. Applegate got the catch. That'll bring up 4th down. If I had a lot of wishes, I would wish that Riley was standing next to me right now, because I'd love to know his review of little brother. I think he's played pretty well for a sophomore tonight. Back to punt on 4th and 14. Yorktown will boot it away unless they fake. They don't fake. There's the snap. They're going to kick it. Applegate, a wobbly end over end top spinner. They're going to let it hit at the 23-yard line. Anderson will get the ball trailing 20-0. 3:52 left here in the third quarter. We'll take a break. Back after this on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel.
It's your ticket to an evening out that won't break the bank. Ticket to explosive runs, acrobatic catches, and game-saving tackles. It's your ticket to an experience you'll never forget. It's your ticket to the IHSAA State Football Tournament. Attending a tournament football game is a fun and affordable way to see sports played the way they were meant to be, for the pure love of it. The Indianapolis Colts and the Indiana High School Athletic Association invite you to be part of Indiana's rich tradition of high school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure state tournament excitement. The drama is set to kick off. Do you have your ticket?
Welcome back to the ball game. Anderson has gone to the air while we were in break. A couple of first downs on a completion to Octavius Anderson. Now another one for a gain of about 14. He gets them again. Does Anderson. And it's 2 consecutive first downs to open the drive on consecutive snaps by the Anderson Indians. They show a little life here with 3:16 to go in the third quarter. They trail 20-0 from the Yorktown 45 on first down. Fake handoff. Armstrong takes it out of the belly of Merida, runs it straight ahead to the Yorktown 38 for a gain of 7. Armstrong's a good-looking athlete. I'd like the ball in his hands a lot if I were running his offense. He's done a nice job. Gain of 7, 2nd and 3. Anderson trying to get on the scoreboard with under 3 minutes to go third quarter. A 20-0 Yorktown lead. Play clock down to 10. Snap back to Armstrong. He has time. Now he's flushed, going deep down the near sideline. It's up for grabs. It's going to be incomplete on a nice play. So they threw for the intended receiver, Anderson, and back to break it up for Yorktown, Austin Hill. Nice PBU. Austin had an interception earlier tonight to go along with it, so he's doing a nice job tonight. That'll make it 3rd and 3. I know when I played football, we were greedy. If we had a shutout going, we wanted to keep the shutout. You can bet the defenders want to keep that 0 up there. 3rd and 3 from the Yorktown 38. Anderson trying to find the end zone. They'll give it to Merida. He runs around the left corner. He's got enough for the first down and a bunch more all the way down near the Yorktown 20-yard line. A flag at the line of scrimmage, though, around the 35. Might wipe off a nice run by Elijah Merida.
Run by number 4, Elijah.
Let's see what they do with this one. That might be a hold on the crease. Typically, that's the call you see over there, and it is a hold against Anderson. It wipes out a nice run of about 15 yards or so by Merida. And the beeping again for Anderson as they go in reverse the wrong way. That'll cost him big time. 10 yards back to the 45. The spot foul. Let's see if Yorktown goes blitz here on 3rd and 10 at the Tiger 45. Armstrong throws a quick out here and caught, and bam! Taken down right there. Christian Hunt nails Octavius Anderson. Says, hey, welcome to the Rib Shack. Gain of 1, 4th down. That was well played by Mr. Hunt. Good for a 1-yard gain. That's the toughest yard Anderson has gotten all night. Both the team and the player.
4th down, Tigers. Get on your feet.
You heard the crowd reaction. He took a shot. Anderson's going to go on 4th and 9 from the Yorktown 44. Late in the third quarter. Armstrong with plenty of time. Deep pocket, throws over the middle, sliding catch. They rule it incomplete at the Yorktown 31. So that gives the ball back to Yorktown. Keyshawn Lemon made every attempt to get his arms under the ball and catch it just above the ground, but he couldn't. And Yorktown holds on downs. And Armstrong showed off a strong arm that time. How about that? Armstrong, strong arm. Didn't do any good. 1st and 10, Yorktown. So the Tiger defense keeps the donut on the scoreboard. Minute 32 to go third quarter, and the offense says, give me some more, leading 20-0. Got to tell you, this does not look like a 2-win team tonight. This is a much better executing team tonight than most of last year. They're really humming. Yorktown will keep it on the ground with a 20-point lead straight ahead between the guards. Spangler with about a 3-yard gain.
29, Jordan Spangler.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Jordan, one of my army of Twitter followers. You can find me on Twitter at Delco Preps. How about that? Delco Preps channel. See where I'm going there? Under a minute to go. Here's Britton Wheat barreling his way into the secondary. He made 2 men miss, pounded another, and he takes it all the way to the Anderson 39-yard line. Nicely done. Gain of 14, but there's a penalty marker on the field. Make it a gain of 13, a face mask on top of it.
That play's good for another Tiger.
Wheat is a good counterpunch guy. You start to key on Spangler, Wheat will make you pay. It's another Yorktown first down. Throw the penalty on top of it. Anderson has had way too many penalties for their coaches to be happy. And on 1st and 10, the carry goes ahead to Wheat again, and he runs through a couple more guys. Look at him power his way off tackle to the 26-yard line. Wow. That's awfully close. Got about 8 yards. The carry to make it 2nd and 2. They'll give it to him again. This time right side. He cuts back inside to the interior line, and he picks up the first down and plenty more. Takes it all the way down to the 22 or 23-yard line. That's another going to spot it at the 20. They give him about 7 or 8 yards more. And another flag on the field. This one is in the Yorktown backfield area, and it's holding against Yorktown. That'll wipe off a nice run by Britton Wheat. The fans don't like it. Unofficially, I've got 7 penalties on my score sheet for Yorktown, and of course that's too many, but it is opening night, and that's why coaches coach. They clean that up the next day. So that'll back the Tigers up to the Anderson 37. That'll make it 2nd and 11. 21 seconds left in the third quarter. This might be the final play. It's a Reed Neal keeper, and he got to the secondary and then got tripped up after a gain of about 3 yards. And I think the clock is just going to run out at the end of the third quarter here, and that's going to be all she wrote for the third period. There you are, all zeros, and we're a quarter away from putting this one in the books at the end of 3 from Tiger Field. A good start to the season for Yorktown. It's the Tigers 20, Anderson nothing on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel.
A wintry Friday night. A packed gymnasium in a tight-knit community. A shot taken. History made. A state of delirium? No. The state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit. Pure sport. Pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. Head for the fourth quarter with Yorktown way out in front of Anderson, 20-0. That was a scoreless third period. Yorktown had the ball down near the goal line and, in fact, fumbled the ball around the goal line into the end zone and out of bounds for a touchback and a turnover. So this game could very well be 34-0 right now. Yorktown's left a couple of red zone trips with no scores, but all in all, pretty good night for the Yorktown Tigers. They look like they're going to start the season 1-0, but anything can happen in the next 12 minutes. transpires. Yorktown will go left to right now, heading toward the setting sun. They've got the ball at the Anderson 34. Misdirection give goes to the right side, and this time Britton Wheat struggles for maybe a yard.
Number 44, Britton Wheat on the carry.
They'll spot him right there at the 34-yard line. It's 4th down and 9 yards to go, and Yorktown has absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain. They're going to go. And they force Anderson to jump offside again. That's the 3rd time tonight, at least, they've done that. Offside, Indians. That'll cost them 5 biggins to the
Offside
29.
Anderson. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Way too many penalties for the Indians, and Robert Brown, their head coach, I'm sure will have a sermon on that. 11 minutes to go in the game with the clock rolling, and 4th and 4 now for Yorktown at the 29 in Anderson territory. And the play clock winds down to 3. Are they going to just try to draw them off and then
Timeout, Yorktown.
do something with it? No, they call timeout with a second left on the play clock to talk it over. We'll keep things right here. So it looks like Yorktown is well on the way to a W. We'll see later on how the other 3 Delaware County teams finish tonight. Centerville is at Delta, Muncie Central at Pendleton Heights. West Del, coming off a 6-win season, is over in Madison County. They're playing Alexandria tonight. So all 4 Delaware County schools won their openers a year ago, and it could happen again in 2017. A couple of new quarterbacks in the county. New coach at Muncie Central and Scott Pethel, and good luck to him. You talk about replacing quarterbacks. Man, you go to Muncie Central and you replace the great Trenton Hatfield. We'll see how the Bearcats do, and send my best to DJ Pointer, the Bearcat who got hurt last week in the scrimmage at Delta. Tough injury. Hate to see it happen to anybody, especially a senior. Get well, young man. On 4th and 4. Reed Neal to throw. Wide open down the sideline. It's a beautiful catch. Applegate for the touchdown. Sensational. Applegate with a one-handed grab down the sideline for the 29-yard touchdown. And Yorktown leads 26-0. Fantastic grab by Applegate. You won't do much better than that. That was beautiful. Neal set it up perfectly. Applegate was all by himself. And on to try the PAT. Well, who else but Brant Applegate, who just made the circus catch. Waiting on the snap. High snap. Hold down. Kick is blocked. I don't see any flags. And that's just going to be no good. 10:38 to go in the 4th quarter. This one is almost on ice. It's Yorktown 26, Anderson nothing on Beaver Media and on Delco Preps channel.
A crisp October evening. A stadium filled with fans. A journey completed. State of euphoria? No. The state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit. Pure sport. Pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to Yorktown High School. If you missed that one, shame on you. What a highlight play. That'll be among the best of the year for Yorktown as Reed Neal threw a beautiful sideline ball, and I thought it was going to be overthrown, but Applegate did a beautiful job sprinting under it, reaching up with his right hand and catching it on the way to the ground for a beautiful touchdown pass. That's the 2nd touchdown pass tonight from Mr. Neal to Mr. Applegate. And with a 26-0 lead, Yorktown prepares to kick it away. Waiting on the kick at the Anderson 12-yard line or so is the deep man. And they'll kick it down the middle, taken by a short man near the hash marks here on the near side. He cuts around one man, goes left side, now right side, out around the 35-yard line. So a zigzag return. A decent field position at the Indian 35.
Clay Stinson and crew with the tackle.
We talked about it earlier. If you're the Yorktown D, you want that shutout. Nothing cheap here if you're on the green side of the field with the jerseys instead of the green side with the pants. Then all Tigers in this one. Let's see what they do as Anderson uncorks the huddle and gets ready to take on its next offensive series. Armstrong will send two men wide right, one here wide near side. That's the left as they move right to left. Armstrong about 5 yards behind his center. Movement on the line. I don't know whether Yorktown's defender was drawn off or whether he just jumped. We're about to find out from the receiver and from the referee. Offside Yorktown. Walker Moore jumped from his defensive end position. It'll cost him 5. Make it 1st and 5. Good down to throw on if you're the Indians, trailing 26-zip with 10:29 to go in the game. Nope, deep handoff to the only running back, that's Merida, and he is taken down for a loss on a beautiful play by Yorktown's defender, Aaron Willis. Or a 5-yard loss, and there goes your penalty yardage. Nice play. 2nd and 10. Merida's had tough running tonight. He hasn't had many positive yardage carries. That one's a -5. He's had a -2 and a -4 to go with it. Yorktown's defense against the run has been pretty good. 2nd and 10. Trips wide right on the far side, one here near side. Armstrong, no one to hand it to. He'll throw, and now flags again right around the snap, and it's procedure. The far official called procedure. That's going to cost the Indians another 5 yards.
Procedure against Anderson.
I've got them for 10 penalties and a bucket load of yards. They may have as many penalty yards as total offense by the time this one's over, and that's not a good thing. 2nd and 15 for the Indians at their own 30-yard line on the near hash. Armstrong, only one back there, plenty of time, now flushed right, being chased, needs to get rid of it. He's going to throw down the middle. It's caught at around the 39-yard line. Beautiful game. Not sure who got it. It's going to be gain of 9 yards.
Clock is stopped.
Timeout on the play. 9:19 to go. Anderson trailing 26-0.
Personal foul, targeting on Yorktown.
Well, we had a penalty flag fly in there. Couldn't see it anywhere on the field. A targeting penalty against the Yorktown defense. That's a major infraction. That's a big one. That's a 15-yarder, and it takes it all the way to the Yorktown 46. Well, that will not make the coaching staff happy. So we're back to action. Anderson has the ball, 1st and 10, Yorktown 46. Being chased is Armstrong. He's in trouble. He needs to get to the sideline or throw it. He does throw it, and it's caught here on the near side. Is it inbounds or out? They're going to mark it good on a nice catch. On 4 with the catch. Gain of 6. 2nd and 4. Clock stops on the play out of bounds. 9:10 left in the game. Tigers holding on to that shutout with a 26-0 lead and twin wideouts on either side. Ball on the near hash. The wide side of the field is the right side. Let's see if Armstrong rolls that way and throws that way. He's going to look that way, and sure enough, he throws to Merida, and it's incomplete. That was almost a live ball. The officials are going to let it play. We'll see if they call that a fumble. I thought he threw it forward. It's going to be a fumble or an incomplete pass. Merida had it go through his hands. That's a fumble, baby. And that's why you play and let the officials do whatever they're going to do. Wow. They're going to have a little bit of a conference here, and they're going to ask one another, what did you see? From my angle, I'm almost at the 50. It looked like it was slightly ahead and a pass. But it's the officials' call here. It's either going to be second down or third down in a bunch. Yorktown's going to get it. They're going to rule it a lateral, a fumble, and Yorktown ball. How do you like them apples? Second fumble, second lost fumble, and boy, is that a big one. Instead of being at the Yorktown 40 on defense, the Tigers are at the Anderson 43 on offense. That's a loss of 17 yards. Wow. Tigers have a chance to put this one completely on ice. Great field position at the Anderson 43, leading 26-0. Reed Neal throws again here on the near side. Swing pass. Harris has it. Breaks a couple tackles. Still on his feet. He's going to head to the end zone. Touchdown. Yorktown goes for the score on first down, and they come up with a big one. 43-yard touchdown. As Neal hits Harris for pay dirt. 43 yards on the score to make it 32-0. That was terrific effort running by Harris, who turned a swing pass into a bomb. Terrific play. Yorktown to add the point. They'll kick it again with Applegate back there to do the honors. Waiting on the snap. It's down. There goes the kick. It might have been tipped. It just did get higher than the crossbar, and it's no good anyway. It went left. No good. The upshot, though, the Tigers have put this one on ice. 8:47 to go in the game. It's all Yorktown. The Tigers lead Anderson 32-0 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Don't go away.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to Tiger Field. Yorktown way out in front of the season opener, leading Anderson 32-0 as we head for the final 8:47 in the game. What a night for the Yorktown receivers. Applegate with a couple scores, including a highlight catch, and then a highlight run off the catch by Harris for the third touchdown pass tonight by sophomore quarterback Yorktown fans are going home happy tonight. Watch out at Pizza King. 32-zip game, and the Yorktown defense again wants very badly to keep that shutout. Harris is going to kick off. Here comes his approach, and the kick is a squibber. It's a live ball. Anderson touched it, a scrum for it at the Anderson 47-yard line. Yorktown signaling, we got it, we got it. Let's see what the officials say. Still no result here. Unpiling this one. Yorktown coming off the field like they got it. They do! Yorktown recovers. Don't know if that was an intentional onside kick. I doubt it, leading 32-0, but it turns into one. That ball went all of 13 yards. When it rains, it pours. When it's going good, it goes good. Technically, that's a fumble. Another lost fumble. All 3 fumbles by Anderson tonight have been covered by Yorktown players. Pretty good special teams play. We've had a couple of interceptions in this game, a couple of tackles for loss, a sack, you name it, we've had it. Yorktown with the ball and a 32-point lead. At the Anderson 47. It's far side, Twins on the near side. They'll keep it on the ground. Here comes Spangler again, pushing the pile forward to the 42-yard line. Another big 5-yard gain by Spangler. He's done a nice job. A sure sign that we're in Indiana, a spider making a web in the press box on opening night. You go, little guy. 8:10 to go in the game. We've had a little bit of everything. Unreal. 2nd and 5. Tiger ball at the Anderson Indian